In spring 2018, Shimano launched this, the RX rear derailleur at Ultegra level. Now this was a first for Shimano on the road because it's their first derailleur to feature a so-called clutch mechanism. Now in this video, we are going to explain exactly what that is, what it's for, how it works, and when you might need one. All with the help of this trusty white cloth. But first, to the workshop. There is a carefully balanced amount of spring tension in a rear derailleur. Too much and you'll unnecessarily tension the chain, and too little and the chain will be too loose and you'll get unwanted chain slap every time you go over a bump. With road bike group sets increasingly being put to use on bikes designed for cross or gravel or just heading off-road wherever, they need to be able to handle larger forces from repeated bumps. And so we hence have this chain management. The RX rear derailleur is a first for Shimano on the road, and we say on the road because it's actually been around on Shimano's mountain bike group sets for quite a bit longer, and that's where the technology comes from. So since 2011, it's been found on the Shadow Plus rear mech. And it's designed to stop chain slap and the chain bouncing around unnecessarily, as this can cause the chain to come off, but it can also damage the chain stay, and it also makes quite a bit of noise when the chain's slapping. It works by resisting the forces that push the derailleur downwards, whether that's a bump in the road pushing the bike up or the weight of the chain flapping up and down. You might think that it works by pulling the rear derailleur up with more force, i.e. with a stronger spring. However, it doesn't. Contrary to popular opinion, there isn't a stronger spring. There's actually a band which creates more friction, albeit in one direction. So let me show you how it works. You can take the cover off here like this with Allen bolts, and then I can show you the inner workings. With the cover removed, you can now see the internal mechanism. You've got an on-off switch for the clutch, and then you've got a cam and a metal collar. Now, when the clutch is turned on, the cam compresses the metal collar against the mechanism, which increases friction in a forward plane. SRAM also has a similar clutch mechanism in some of its road rear derailleurs, but there's a crucial difference, and that is that the SRAM ones have been designed for a one-by setup, so a single front chainring. The Shimano RX mech, on the other hand, according to Shimano, hasn't been designed for a single front chainring. If you wanted to use Shimano as a single ring setup, then you could always do what Peter Sagan did, which was to run an XTR Di2 rear derailleur and a narrow wide front chainring. And let's face it, the XTR Di2 rear mech is pretty tasty too. Right, I'm bored of talking in the workshop now. We've seen the tech, I think we need to go test it out. So let's go find some bumpy road and see how it stops the chain from slapping around. I think we need some cobbles. As you can see, this is an incredibly high-tech experiment, and no expense has been spared at all in creating this. So you can see with our very high-tech test, there are a few oil marks on the white rag, and I've just been hammering it up and down these cobbles with the clutch on. Now put a fresh white cloth on size bike, and I'm gonna turn the clutch off. Right, let's do it. I've decided to up the ante, increase the stakes. So we're coming down this killer descent of cobbles. And the idea behind this is that it simulates a rough descent that you might typically encounter while out riding, where you would normally get chain slap. So we're going to ride down it first with the clutch on, and then second with the clutch off, both with our trusty white cloths attached. Clutch mech's now turned off, so we're going to go down these gnarly cobbles and see what happens. We've now got the white cloths off the bike from our incredibly high-tech test. And they're right here. So first up, the flat section of cobbles. Now, impressively, there's a really noticeable difference thanks to the fact that size chain is incredibly filthy. So first up, with the clutch engaged, you can see there's a very light smattering. So the chain has still made a little bit of contact with the cloth, you can see, but not much there at all. And I have to stress, size chain is very dirty indeed. Whereas when the clutch was turned off, loads more oil on the chain, indicating that the chain was slapping the stay a lot more. When we went on the downhill cobbled section with the clutch on, there was still a little bit of slapping. And we can see that because the chain has touched the white cloth and there is some oil marks on there. But once again, with the clutch off, it's pretty awesome to see that the chain slapped a lot more, suggesting that the clutch really does actually work. So you can see here, there's been so much more contact of that chain on the chainstay. And it's pretty impressive tech, to be honest. Would you benefit from a clutch mech? Should you buy one? Well, ultimately, you're gonna have to decide for yourself. If you're mainly riding on smooth roads and tarmac, then there isn't really much point. But if you're gonna be riding on bumpier surfaces, off-road or on cobbles, then there really is a benefit because, as you can see, you get far less chain slap, which means less noise, less damage to your frame, and less chance of your chain coming off. So ultimately, it really is a nice option to have if you're gonna be taking your bike off-road. We hope that you found this video useful, and if you have, why not give it a thumbs up? And then, why not head over to the GCN shop where we've got all manner of useful things, including GCN workshop aprons, which I should probably have on right now, considering how filthy size chain is.